Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar Kharadron Overlords, and today we're going to take a look at the Barak Mornar subfaction. In this video, we're going to go through, talk a little bit about the special rule for Barak Mornar, before looking at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the faction. We'll then take a look at some other units we can use to expand upon those initial purchases, and finally finish off the video with a little sample 1000 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Kharadron Overlords army of Barak Mornar in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And so, to begin with, first of all, we get the Sinister Raider rule. This is the rule specific to the Kharadron Overlords of Barak Mornar. What it does, you roll a dice each time an enemy model issues a command within 12 inch of a friendly Barak Mornar unit, and on a 5+, that command is not received. The command ability still counts as being used, and the command point that was spent is also lost. This is just pretty cool, like a really solid, strong rule being able to turn off commands. Now, it is important to remember it's when the unit issues a command that you get to be within 12 inch, so your opponent can sort of play around with this and have units outside of 12 inch issuing commands to units inside 12 inch, and you wouldn't be able to make this roll for them because the unit that actually is issuing it is outside of your 12 inch aura with this rule. So there are ways that your opponent can get around this with some smart play. With that said though, let's go look at where to begin. And so, where to begin with Barak Mornar, but with the most notorious, the most amazing character of Barak Mornar, and that is Dreki Flint. Now, Dreki Flint has a 3+ save and 6 wounds, so a pretty solid stat line there to begin with. And he's also got the Captain of the Aisling rule. This is really fun because you get to pick a Barak Mornar Archnaut frigate in your army, and this can be the Aisling. If you do so, this unit can also be picked to be a flagship, and you record the information down on your roster. Pretty much, it gives +1 damage to the boarding weapon damage characteristic of its weapons. Now, he's got some good weapons on his own. He's got Gronson's Axe, 3 attacks at 3s, 2s, Ren 2, damage 2. And the Athematic Equalizer Mark 3 is 2d6 shots at 3 3s, Ren 1, damage 2. So you can put out a decent amount of firepower. His Let Me Drive rule means you can reroll run and charge rolls made for the Aisling while he's embarked in it. And the Auxiliary Skyhook, each time this unit fights, after all its attacks have been made, you can pick an enemy monster within 3 inch, and on a 2-up, that monster will suffer 3 wounds. He's also got a cool rule where it's like fingery. You use it at the start of the combat phase. If there's units within an inch of an enemy hero that has an artifact of power, you can say Dreki will try to borrow said artifact, and if you do so, you roll a dice. On a 3+, that artifact of power can no longer be used for the rest of the game, and this ability cannot be used while he's embarked on anything though. Now, joining Dreki, we have the Archnaut Company. These are your baseline sort of troops for the Kharadron Overlords. Archnaut Company are going to provide you with, 4+ save, 1 wound each, 10 models for 100 points. They're right on that sort of 1 model for, or 1 wound rather, for 10 points, exactly what you want. They've got a variety of different shooting weapons they take, mostly armed with privateer pistols, which are pretty short range, but you can have Athematic volley guns and light skyhooks within the unit as well as an Aether Flare pistol there as well. Now, you've then got the Skypike, which is another combat weapon you can take. 1 model in every 10 can have it. 3 attacks, 3 3s, Ren 1, damage 2 for a nice little bit of combat potential. Now, you've got a few special rules on them. First of all, the Light Skyhook, if it ever targets a monster, it's just a flat damage 3 instead of D3. And the Glory Seekers rule, while this unit is not embarked, you add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with this unit when they're targeting someone who is on an objective. And so, where to go next? Well, first of all, definitely an Archnaut frigate for me. This is an amazing airship already. It's got the assault boat rule where effectively when this unit charges, everyone inside it jumps out and gets away strikes first as well, on top of having 15 wounds and a 3-up save and a variety of different weapons where it's going to have its heavy sky cannon or heavy sky hook. The cannon for me is my preferred option with its 2 different firing modes. And you've also got the Aether Carbines on it as well, where they're going to pack out another 4 shots at 3 3s, Ren 1, damage 2, on top of that heavy sky cannon being able to choose its sort of better profile of 2 shots, 4s, 2s, Ren 2, damage D3 +2, or 5 shots at 3 3s, Ren 1, damage 2. Now, remembering the boarding weapons go up to damage 2 on this because we've got Dreki Flint as well, so you're going to have 6 attacks at 4 4s, no Ren, damage 2. Not a lot, but still, that's going to provide a little bit extra. Now, the Bulwark of Iron as well will mean it counts as 5 models on objectives, and Your heavy sky cannon as well, as mentioned, can fire in those two different profiles. You've got the ramming rules as well. You can do some mortal wounds when you charge into combat, which is really nice. Just all adding into that combat potential. Now, a unit that can help keep this model alive and indeed provide some combat potential as well are Endrinriggers. Endrinriggers are really fun. First of all, they've got their Aethematic Saws, which are going to be 2 attacks at 3/3s, Ren 2, damage D3 each. And the emergency field repairs means when they're not within 3 inches of an enemy model, you can stick them on the ship and they effectively can do some healing, potentially healing 1 wound on 4 to 5 D6 roll for 1 model in every one of the units. So 3 models, you roll 3 dice. 4 to 5, they heal 1 wound, and on 6s, they actually heal 2 wounds, which is really cool. Now, the Codewright is a fantastic new piece bringing to the Kharadron Overlords. His advisory roll, where he's near another friendly character, you roll 2 dice, and on a 4+, you get command points. And I think you'll find is a special sort of heroic ability he can use. We roll a dice. On a 1, nothing will happen. On a 2 to 3, you pick a new footnote for your force, and on a 4+, you'll get to pick both or either a footnote or amendment for your force as well. Lastly, we have the Grunstock Thunderers, a really fun unit, not only to build and paint, but also to use on the tabletop. They've got a variety of different weapons which can help do a variety of different things, and have a few special rules throughout the profile, but you've got a lot of Ren 1, Damage 1 in there as well, with a lot of multi-shot weapons. And suppressing fire as well means you can sort of pilot and you potentially put some minuses to hit out on your opponent as well. And so here we have our sample army list for you. So Kharadron Overlords, Barak Mornar, and Ghur, all the things you expect in this video. And our grand strategy is guided by the code. The Kharadron Overlords have a bunch of really easy to complete battle tactics, and guided by the code means we just need to have all our battle tactics from our own list of 6, and then at least complete 4 during the game. And then we've got our Triumph, 25 points under, good chance we're going to get it for +1 to wound. Our Kharadron Overlords code we've gone for, first of all, is Honor is Everything. This is just our rallies are on 4+ rather than 6. Take what you are owed. We pick a friendly Archnaut company on the table at the start of our hero phase, and they will count as 2 models for the purposes of contesting objectives for every model in the unit. And then our footnote, without our ships, we are naught, means a single ship in our force once per game can receive 2 commands in the same phase rather than just 1. Now, we combine this with Dreki Flint and also a Codewright, who's going to be our general for the force. They've gone with the Command Trait X Grunstock. This makes the Grunstock Thunderers battle line in our force. This is particularly good because they're going to be the ones jumping in the Easling along with our Codewright and Dreki, meaning they're going to at least be able to protect the Codewright and give him all those benefits for the Galatian champion that he is. Now, we've then gone for the artifact on the Codewright of the Celestian Burst Grenade. Once per battle at the start of the shooting phase, we pick an enemy unit within 12 inch. On a 2+, ward rolls cannot be used for that unit. Yes, it requires a roll on a 1-use artifact, but a 2+, good chance we're going to get it. You're going to roll 1s more often, I guarantee it, and I'm probably going to roll all the 1s for saying so. But it does mean, turning off wards is huge. This could be, if that goes off at the right time for you, it could be game-changing and game-winning. He's also got the aspect of the champion, Stubborn as a Rhinox, counting as 10 models on objectives. Now, battle line wise, we've got 2 units of 10 Archnaut Company and the 5 Grunstock Thunderers. We're going to have a unit of 3 Endrinriggers, and lastly, the Archnaut Frigate, which is going to have the heavy sky cannon. It's going to be upgraded to be the Aisling, and it's also going to have prudency shoots, meaning stuff when it blows up and dies isn't going to be auto-slain if there's enemies nearby. Everything is wrapped up into a battle regiment, making us a 1-drop force, no allies, no reinforced units, 25 points under at 975 out of 1,000, and 62 wounds. If you've got some ideas on how you plan to use Dreki Flint and Barak Mornar in your force, let us know down in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, either by Patreon, YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch from either our Ko-fi or Teespring stores. All of those things are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to everyone who does support us via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Pure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, Daniel Everington, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Stabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, James Tillman, Dylan Areno, Gargamel 196, and Disco. Thank you all so much for your support, and special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and to everyone who helps run the channel, whether that be on the Discord server as our mods, on our live stream mods, or the guys that come around and help provide the battle reports for you all to watch. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.